Hello everyone, Dices here from the future. This is actually recorded after the episode you're about to watch. But wait, before you go, I want to make a quick public service announcement to our friend Autumn Orange. So he is an amazing artist who makes lo-fi tracks and other types of amazing music, both for the Critical Role community as well for his own stuff, and it's all really good. He allowed us for this episode to use his tracks to put on the back of the podcast and play as background music, and trust me, it paid off. It made this podcast so much better thanks to his amazing tunes. I would definitely say follow him on Twitter, follow him on YouTube, well, subscribe to him on YouTube, and definitely follow him on Spotify. Personally, my favorite playlist from him is Sad Wizard Vibes, which is about Caleb from Critical Role, and honestly, sometimes I feel like a sad wizard, and that just helps me get right out of that mood because it's so wonderful. It's such a vibe, and I normally don't use that word, but it's such a vibe. It's great. Trust me, check it out. You won't regret it. He makes amazing art. So all of his information will be in the description below. Autumn Orange, Twitter, Spotify, YouTube, and everything else. So thank you all very much. Don't forget to check him out and enjoy the episode. Gentlemen, welcome back to the Kickback podcast. Don't forget to kick back and relax. That was the third time I tried that, so we're not gonna redo it. That's it. That's how it's gonna be. Hi.
This is peak professional podcasting when you know your audience. I've tried recording this so many times, and even though I fail, I'm gonna upload it. I don't care anymore. I'm at the point where you can go check the first episode and see how far we've gone, but backwards.
We've gone backwards.
It's evolving, but backwards.
PewDiePie meme.
Perfect.
Well, I think we've
You-
gotten
you're
better,
using-
actually, because we have a brand new mic here that my voice is nice and crisp.
Someone got a new
Not gonna
mic. We
lie,
have
it sounds
now.
Yeah.
pretty hot.
Yeah, so last episode we left off with high school and D&D, and we were supposed to address a bit of religion discussion, but we're kind of ran out of time. And now I think today we're gonna do that, discuss religion, Catholicism in particular, because I don't think anyone is a Buddhist here.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not a Buddhist.
I mean, I don't know
I've read
really
a
much
bit
about
of
that.
Buddhist philosophy.
We can try.
I've read a bit of it.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, I know some things like reincarnation and being bald makes you a monk automatically.
But guys, there's something important we're
Being
actually
bold makes you a
forgetting.
monk. It's all Buddhists out there. I sincerely apologize.
But guys, we're forgetting something incredibly important.
Oh, take it away.
What were we on the
What is
second
it?
episode? What were we, the three of us? What did we do? What were we? We were
We were a
Beanie Gang.
beanie gang.
We were Beanie Gang, yes.
And what are we today?
Yeah, we
we're
were.
nothing right now. We were just a bunch of
We're
idiots.
Nothing Gang.
We're nothing gang. I think I
Yeah.
can change that actually.
White gang.
I feel like
Wait, I should
maybe...
not say that. Oh my god. Your
So,
screen is clean as fuck.
Good.
Is everyone seeing that? So
Uh-huh.
here, I took the liberty to prepare some gangs for us to be in today. So I'm gonna spin the wheel, and then we'll be back, dressed as whatever gang it decided to spin.
If it's floor gang, do we dress as floors?
No, if it's floor gang, we sit on the floor.
I was gonna put the carpets all over me, but yeah, okay, cool.
I don't have a carpet. So are the rules clear of this little
Okay.
endeavor?
Yeah, I guess some things I feel are weird, but take it away, Gabe.
Someone
Go for it.
count me down.
3, 2, 1.
Go.
Oh, this is exciting, isn't it?
Teamwork.
No, it's not. We might
Yeah,
fall
I am
naked gang.
excited.
We're
No,
winter
I
gang.
wanted fucking naked gang.
Okay,
Winter
winner.
gang.
How winter are we going?
Well, lads,
Big coat, beanie, whatever makes
Yeah.
you warm.
we're winter clothing, guys, and I'll see you back
Okay.
in approximately 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
see you
Yes,
see you in a
what-
second. I have
On
everything
3,
right
clap
there.
your hands despite the lag, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
That was not in sync at all.
edit.
That was not synced at all.
The magic of
Yeah,
post.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so we're back and we're Winter Gang, ready to
Winter
face the
Gang.
cold.
It's so hot in here.
Dude, it's really warm here as well.
No, it's
I
kinda
closed
cold
my
where I'm at.
blinds at fucking noon.
Yeah.
So hot.
I opened my window because it's so warm here. But yeah, hey, we're back. So what are we talking about now that we're Winter Gang?
I forgot.
Before we begin, I've got a fun story about today.
Please do tell me.
You see,
Well,
My story is already
So-
good today.
Today was the first day ever that I have done a hard day's work. See, my dad owns a
Aw.
construction company, and down the street, like, it's locked down, so we're not allowed to work. But we've got a half-finished house, and it's got scaffolding everywhere, holding up the walls and everything. But everything's dried, like, weeks ago, so the scaffolding doesn't have to be there, but we just don't have the manpower to move it. And then today, like, two guys from a nearby area started stealing scaffolding. And my dad saw
Stealing?
them, and he was like, they were like, got like, what's a wheelbarrow? I don't know, Krijvel. Wheelbarrow.
Yeah, wheelbarrow, that's English.
And they were like, sorry, and they were like taking. My dad was like, "What are you doing?" And they were like, they're bent. It's okay." So we had to go. So they ran away, hilariously. So my dad came and
Wonderful.
said, "I need help with manual labor," and I was like, "Sure. How bad can it be?" We spent the next 5 hours just whacking at stuff with hammers, and
That's fun though.
I had a
enjoy
plank
that.
fall on my head.
Yeah,
I had a
noticed.
plank fall on my head, but I had a hard hat on, and I was just like.
That's
So
why
that
we
was
were-
today.
Well, it's
And
good that you had a hot
everything-
hat on.
Smells like. Yeah. Everything smells like rust though, like because it was like rusty metal poles we had to work
Oh.
with. Oh my word, it was horrible. But now I can say that I'm officially a man because
Fucking finally.
I had a hammer at a construction site. I was like,
Blonk,
Nice,
blonk,
I'm
I'm
very
man
proud of
now.
you. Fucking
It's really my trait to wield the hammer, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's true. You need to deserve to. You need to deserve to get the hammer. But actually, that's I can tie that into another wonderful story actually, about today and about the stresses and perils that I had to live through with you gone.
What?
Yeah. So basically, we record episodes on Thursday, and then we also upload an episode on Thursday. So last week, Thursday, we uploaded episode 2. Well, part 1 technically. We uploaded episode 2, and then we recorded episode 3. Wait, no, the other way around. I'm having a brain aneurysm.
last week we recorded episode 2.
Yes.
Today we're uploading episode 2 and recording
Thank
episode
you.
3.
Oh, thank you very much. So I had a bit of a brain damage there. So basically, George, he's our editor now as well, because he was so gracious to take that task upon himself, which is wonderful. Which, by the way, so besides that, thank you very much, George, because it looked wonderful. Like it looked really well done. Like I like it a lot. Like the background music and everything, just really cherry on top. So
Thanks.
you're welcome. So basically, the problem was, however, this morning when you sent the file to me to upload, it was the video file that wasn't edited. So basically,
I sent the wrong video.
yeah. So basically, I was so excited because I checked my mail. I'm like, oh wow, the episode, I can almost upload it. So I open it up and I'm like, wait a second. Why does everything look the same? I don't hear any chill lo-fi beats to podcast to. So I'm, getting a little bit worried there. And I skimmed through the video and I see like, there's no edits anywhere. So I contact George, so I message him. I'm like, hey George, little problem. The file that you sent me, there's nothing on there. George doesn't see the message. George doesn't respond. I'm like, okay,
No
this
reply.
is fine.
I'm hammering.
He's hammering. I'm like, okay, this is
bad.
fine.
He sells cars now.
George was selling cards. So there we were, and we were like, well, Gexku, I contact Gexku, and I'm like, hey, dude, so the video that I got, it's not the right one. I don't know what to do, because George, I can't contact him on Discord, I can't contact him, on WhatsApp. I can't get them anywhere. And I'm sending George's message like, George, please, I don't know what to do. We sent the wrong one. And I keep skimming through it. And I re-downloaded it a few times because maybe it was a problem with the download. I don't know. I was really nervous.
I'm so sorry.
It's alright. I was like, oh no. It's supposed to go up in well, it could have gone up already. It's supposed to go up in a few hours from now. I was like, oh no. And then finally George comes back to me and he's like, okay, I'm uploading it. I'm like, okay, thank the Lord. This is fine. 3 hours later, I'm like, George, where is it? He's like, it's still uploading. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's still uploading. So it just turns out.
I don't have the big city upload speed. My upload speed is like 1 megabyte per hour.
Yeah, I'm so glad that
I'm so glad I have upload speed.
It's not a lot of bytes. So I'm worried about this and I want to upload it, and then I finally get it through. I skim through it. I'm so happy, and now we're here. The video literally went up yeah, not a long time ago. So yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
So people could literally be watching this, episode 2 as we're recording episode 3.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Tech Guy, please do. Gexku's our behind the screen tech guy. He pulls up the stuff.
7 views already.
Wait, how much?
7.
It's not even me or my fake account yet. Whoa.
Well,
I did some research.
Yes.
And if
you comment on
if you view your own video too much on YouTube, they check your IP address. They actually demote your video, so they won't recommend it.
Oof.
So don't watch it too much.
But even if you just go, so basically, if you want to check it, we should studio mode it.
No, you can watch it, but just don't put it on loop overnight.
Oh no, I don't do that. I watch it sometimes because I generally enjoy.
If they see your farming views, they know this guy's desperate. Let's not help him.
Okay, so according to my bullet points, we are now going to talk about religion stuff, as I so nicely put it.
Oh yeah, religion
not
stuff.
vague at all.
That's for sure. We have a Christian boy here.
It's George. He's a good Christian boy.
Do we do the sign thingy? Sorry.
I'm not Catholic. I'm evangelical, which is Protestant. But yeah, I'm a Christian. Like a lot of people in South Africa, I did research recently, and it's 80% of the country is Christian, which is a lot. I mean, not all of them are not all of them are devout Christians, but they label themselves as Christian anyway. So yeah, but I take pretty seriously. Next year is if I finish school and if I don't die, I'm gonna be studying theology. Yeah, lockdown. I'm gonna be studying theology at the University of Stellenbosch, hopefully. So
everyone write it down so you can track him down.
It's a pretty well-known university in South Africa. Sure.
But yeah, why? Why?
Oh, so many reasons.
Why theology specifically? We'll get into why religion next.
Oh yeah.
Why theology studying?
Well, you see, I'm a pretty academic person. It's a weird view, but I like reading and I like the academic side of life, and the subjects I enjoy in school, history and literature. Everything else is just boring to me. So, I knew if I wasn't studying theology, I would be studying psychology or languages and culture or something like that. But then, when I look at all the options out there, I knew I was going to do full-time Christian ministry, because nothing else seems worth it to me. My belief structure, I'm this is the one thing I want to do. And therefore, I thought I was I'm also a really good orator. I'm good at speaking in front of people and speeches and stuff. So therefore, all the stars just aligned that, yeah, this is what I should do.
What's the end goal with studying theology? What's the end goal of that? Where do you hope that gets you?
Well, I hope I can obviously become a pastor or minister someday. Hopefully full time. If not, I'm not sure. But at first, I'm just going into it with the idea that I'm just going to learn more. Yeah. That I'm going to study, actually learn and grow myself. And then after that, career options open. If I can one day maybe work at the university theology department itself, that would be a dream come true. But also want write a book or two, maybe. So yeah, that's sort of where I'm heading towards.
Well, that's a lot of college professors, isn't it? Or like university professors, people that then like end up writing a book or two about their given subject.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they got time and they're experts.
Yeah. I'm a professor at the university.
They're recognized as experts.
I'm knowledgeable.
Yeah, recognized
I'm
as
knowledgeable.
experts.
I mean, to be a teacher, you gotta be knowledgeable, so I think it
That's
makes
true.
sense.
Yeah, we're just goofing.
But,
We're
like,
not
do
actually
you
shitting
study
on
it?
professors.
No, we respect those
No, no.
bitches. What was it, Miss Wilson or whatever?
No, fuck off.
No, let's leave that in episode 2. We're not bringing that up again.
Hi guys, welcome to second part of my rank. Why she shouldn't have been a teacher.
Hello, shut up.
Wait. Wait. Oh, you're drifting way too far, bro.
No,
Fuck
I
teachers.
agree. Actually, you know what? This will be up this week on this channel. My video essay on why she shouldn't have been it.
Oh, video essays. Come on, man.
Send it directly to her online.
Yes.
So yeah,
man.
do you go to study that? Like, you believe it? You believe in all this, all Bible, religion stuff? Like, you're a firm believer of it, or do you still have doubts or
me.
anything? What? Yeah.
I mean, doubts is, of course, not a bad thing, necessarily. Of course, I've had doubts about things. But I mean, like,
Like our friendship.
yeah. Like,
Whoa.
yeah, but, no, I'm a firm believer, and I'm like, I'm like willing to stake my life on it. So that's pretty firm faith. Of course,
Yeah,
that
I would-
always
I would
creeps
say
in.
so, yeah.
But, but yeah, this is what I believe is true. That's the main thing.
I actually got a question after that might be interesting, I guess. It might also be completely ignorant on my part, but I don't think it is. Or I don't mean for it to
Keep
be.
going.
Basically, you believe the Bible to be true and religion. Well, whole Christianity you believe it to be true, yes? How literal, so to speak, do you take stories like Noah's Ark and that kind of stuff? Stuff that sounds like, well, that's straight up fantasy, my guy. Like, how do you view that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep this super brief, but a lot of the Bible is poetry, and a lot of the Bible is like old stories, especially a lot of Genesis. Like the lessons we learn from that and the way it reveals God is a bigger thing than the miracles itself. However, if this is a conversation about like random stuff like miracles, like Exodus, like parting the Red Sea and all this stuff, yes, I believe that literally happened. And yeah, I believe like the idea of a miracle being an freak event that is because I believe there's a God that created everything, and that God is all powerful that he can change something in his world if he wants to. So
Yeah.
like Jonah and the whale, it's not a whale, it's a great fish. Like everyone's like, that's impossible, there's no whale. Well, if God is God, he could literally invent a fish that could do that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
just
not
in
part of
case
the
Jonah's
story.
lesson. Well, I don't actually
Yeah,
know the
it-
story,
it-
but, you know.
Oh, it's a great story. I've got a book on it right here.
Yeah, you talked about it in your video essay that you published yesterday.
Oh my! Oh yeah. For those of you who don't know, a selfish plug. I have a YouTube channel with Christian content and I recently made a video essay, and in that video essay I talked about like faith, and the video title was Atheistic Christianity, because I'm like, there's a lot of people that say they're Christians who
That's an
live as if
oxymoron.
God don't exist. Yeah, it is. But like a lot of people are Christian, but they live as if God does not exist. And I was like, what's up with that?
Do you want to
And
touch
then I
on
saw
that?
you-
Like, what do you mean there? Like, what do you specifically mean with that?
Oh, like I'll be specific. Like a lot of people, religion is just a part of their lives because it's something you inherited from your parents. I'm Christian because my mom's Christian, because her mom's Christian, and I go to church because Grandpa goes to church, and I don't want to disappoint Grandpa, and just because it's a society thing.
Oh, okay, that would
That
be
religion
Yeah.
is actually dying. It is dying out because it's becoming more and more popular to be secular. So therefore,
Yeah.
when you look at like a lot of places like Europe and America, you see like a lot of mainstream religion, especially Christianity, just going down slowly.
Oh, big yeah.
But
big
on the
time.
flip side, it's actually not what it always looks like, because devout Christianity is also on a grow. So the
Yeah.
less people there are that are Christians, the more actual devout people are there. And what I mean by that is like I'm not talking about you have to follow the Bible rules. That's not what I'm talking about. But it's like if you believe there is a God and you believe like the Bible is true, if you say you believe that, that should really affect you. That should change your whole outlook on life. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't change your outlook, like, do you actually believe that at all?
I think actually I can tie into that really well. Like for example, my entire primary school career I was in a Catholic school, and because Europe is mostly Catholic more so than Protestant, like here in South Africa. And interesting thing about that, I didn't go there because my parents are Catholic. Well, my dad believes, but like you said, I feel like he more so believes because that's what he was always taught and everything. Which of course is like you just explained that really well. So, but like he still believes, however, he doesn't have any of the traditions left, basically.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, I went to Catholic school, but that had actually nothing to do with it. It was just a really good school in my area. So my parents were like, well, you know what? Go there. It's a good school. We want the best for your education. Maybe you learn something. Because like my parents weren't very religious, but they also weren't against it. They were like, you know what? If you wanna, if this affects you to the point where you're like, yes, God is real and everything, then that's great. And so in this Catholic school, all of my primary school was there. So I kind of grew up there for like a big part of like big formative part of my youth. And I remember a lot of the things that we were taught. Like it was just school, but then we'd have like an hour a day where we would do Bible studies essentially.
Wow.
And
It's actually just like that.
Hmm?
Oh, keep going. Sorry.
No, you can.
No, I keep going.
Okay.
No, because I got a good.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, so we would have like an hour a day where we have Bible class, and where like the teacher would read out the Bible. She would explain stuff to us. We would do a story, like a Bible story, and then she would explain the reason behind it, all of that. And I genuinely enjoy that, and to this day I still remember a lot of those stories. Like I Mike attacking. Holy Spirit, is that you? So George is like, you motherfucker. So okay, so basically I remember a lot of that, and even nowadays when George and I talk about this kind of stuff, he talks about something, I'm like, oh wait, I remember this, and then I can chip in that just purely from there. And like I'm getting around to like how it ties in with your story now, but just setting up background. So, and basically a lot of times I was like, yeah, I'm Catholic, I believe, but it was mostly just from I was raised in that. My school, always, I'm not gonna say force, but like my school taught me that. And once a month or once every 2 weeks, we would also go to church with the school, and all of that. I've been baptized. I've been at my communion, whatever you call it. I don't know what it is. Like where you go there, you get your first like the I don't know what it's called.
Eucharist.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
Catholic's called Eucharist.
Yeah. I just don't know it in Flemish, which is hostie.
Oh,
So
wow.
you got your first one there. You get your first like, oh wow, thank you. Drink your wine. That kind of thing for the first time. So I've had that happen, and all of that with the school. And then I was like, yeah, I'm Catholic, I believe, but I didn't really. It was more of a, when you grow up being abused and beaten by your family, you're like, well, this is normal. This is, this is how you should treat your children as a parent. Like I'm saying that's how it often is. Yeah. Like with people that are abused, they're like, well, this is normal.
Yeah,
well,
it's not.
And then you get like.
I'm not telling you to beat your kids, guys. Don't do that. Get help if somebody's hurting you.
Yeah, childline.
Not easy to do, but reach out to someone. By the way.
Yeah. So I'd be like, yeah, I'm religious, but it was more of a, I've always been taught this. This is what I think. And then like
habits.
Yeah. And then when I came out of when I went to a different school for high school, when we moved to South Africa mostly, I kind of like started thinking about these kind of things, and especially since South Africa, like George said, is Protestant. I was like, well, this is not Catholic. This isn't the same at all. Like you guys don't have the saints and all of that. There's a lot of like traditions that kind of differ. Like we put a lot of focus on Mary, Jesus' mother, which here is like not really a thing. Well, we like there's like complete prayers dedicated to her in Catholicism. So like I was kind of like thrown off by them. Like, wait, this is essentially the same thing, but it's really not
different.
Yeah. And then I was kind of thinking, without having like the constant input of okay guys, today we're going to church for school. Okay guys, today in Bible class, I was kind of like started thinking like, do I really believe in this kind of thing? Am I really do I really worship this God? Am I really ready to, you know, be not a follower? I don't know what. A follower of Christ. I was like, a follower to me has such a negative impact. That word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disciple?
It's not really.
Yes. Am I gonna be a disciple of the good Lord Jesus? Okay, that was dramatized, but still, you know what I mean. So
Judas.
Judas. So and I thought to myself, and I was like, no, I don't think I do actually. Like, this is something that's enforced on me, but I don't go to church. My parents and I never went to church. I see this as very interesting history, but also stories. So I didn't believe in it, and then now, some really fucked up shit happened to me, like with people involving high school and all of that, which we kind of touched on a little bit last episode. Check out the last episode. Check out episode 2. So basically, and I was thinking like, no, this isn't doing anything for me. And then I met George, and then I went with George a few times to his church and everything. So even though I know God and Jesus say like, you can't be on a fence, you either hate me and throw me down, or you worship me and you follow me, as George once put it. Not the exact words, but as George once put it.
Crown me or kill me, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm still very much walking on that line between the two. As in, it's not that I don't believe, because some stuff has happened to me where I'm like, well, it most likely, it can't be something that doesn't have a bigger impact, a big greater like intervention. But then part of me is also like, if it's true, I like the faith. I see where it's coming from, but I like the blind faith of, yes, I'm willing to just, I'm willing to trust you with everything I do, which is what I'm kind of still building on, which is kind of find, yes, I do believe, but also I like the faith.
Makes sense. Yeah. That actually sounds a lot like a Bible story. I'm not gonna tell the Bible story.
No,
but
story time.
It's basic.
Can I get back on?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what George said, that's basically, if I remember, because I have a shit memory. You said you go to church because your grandpa goes, and people go to church because their parent goes.
Yeah, well,
and that's how you start going to church. Yeah, and Jarno said, like, you got to Christian school, but your parents told you, like, you don't go there because that's the thing to believe. You choose for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's the things that happens a lot in our parents' generations and in ours. Like, our parents are telling us, you can believe in whatever you want. They're not gonna push you to go to church. And I know a lot of people who go to church and they don't even know why, but they go all the time. Yeah. So going back even further in the discussion, that's why there's less people that are Christians, but more devoted Christians, because they don't get into the religion just like that. They check it. Eventually, they stumble upon it and decide by themselves if they want to believe in it or not. And if they do believe in it, well, they really do. It's not like, yeah, okay, Bible's a thing, God's a thing, sure, let's go with that. Yeah, they're like, yeah, it speaks to me. This guy walks on water. Damn, I want to be about that.
Well, I want to walk on water. Actually, Gexku, with you saying that...
It took him 3 days to revive, whatever.
Oh, fucking me too, lad. But actually, with you saying that, like, people later in life come on it and then they believe, they get in this, like, they stumble upon it later in their life and they're like, yes, I want to be devoted to this. It's funny because, like, now that I think about that, I recently rewatched Prince of Egypt, that animated movie that has no business being that fantastic.
It has no business being as good as it is.
But it is great. It's so wonderful.
Top tier.
It is. It's wonderful animation. So, like, I recently watched that again.
White is not white.
And like Moses, for example, he wasn't. I mean, he was Egyptian. Well, he was Egyptian, and then. On fire bush and all of that. Wait, was that him? Yes.
Yeah, that's Moses, yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, God was like, hey, what's up? And he's like, well, you know what? I found this. And even though my entire background is Egyptian, and, like, their mythos, this is something I believe in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the bush did speak to him. So.
I mean, well, yeah, if I
saw
bush
speaking
to me, I'd be like...
Did you do 9/11?
Like, what am I smoking?
Literally. But yeah, like so it's true like that, like or Joseph.
Wait. Oh,
Yeah.
can I just mention a joke about that? It's like it's like more of a meme I've seen, but it's so long ago. It's like people were telling that the bush on fire was actually a wheat plant, and it got on fire randomly, and the guy was like so high he thought bush was talking, and that's actually very believable.
And that's how the whole Abrahamic religion started.
Yep.
Like it's
The entire like all the slaves fleeing.
like
yeah.
all that they were just on a trip.
The Bible makes a whole lot more sense to me now.
No, it'll make it more unbelievable.
Like they said Jesus walked on water, but was it not in winter and like frozen water? Is
I
it
mean,
to
Israel
walk
doesn't
on?
really
I don't-
freeze,
I
I don't
don't-
think. Especially not the sea.
How would you take a boat out on frozen water in
That's
the
true.
Middle East?
Why
So-
would you?
I mean, you can come up with like different things, but
Goddamn
Yeah,
fig
and
tree.
just-
That fucking fig tree.
yeah, the
Fake
the
tree.
fig tree is Janu's most.
I don't. That's the thing, because it does.
what
I
is
don't
it?
get it.
You don't get it, yeah.
Because like it. That's
Lo-
the, I
you
feel
gotta
like,
go in the mindset.
I feel like that's the thing that's standing partly in my way. I feel like that fig tree
Is
is
it
an
a-
obstacle for me.
Is the fig tree is the main obstacle in your faith? Oh my word, where is it?
No, but let me explain this to you. It doesn't make sense. Okay, it being my obstacle in my faith doesn't make sense. But the story doesn't make sense either. It just makes me kind of angry. So our boy Jesus and his disciples,
Jesus, what did the fig tree do to you?
Oh, boy,
Okay, go.
Jesus and the gang were chilling and they were walking. You know, they were doing their thing. They were vibing and they were walking, all of them. And Jesus like, you know what? Hey, y'all, I'm pretty hungry. I could go for some sweet figs right now. So he went.
Y'all?
He saw this fig tree and he was like, you know what? Fuck it. Seems like a good fig. Oh, there's no figs. It's winter. There's no figs. In winter there are no figs. He should not have been surprised. He's a man of the cloth. He should have known this. But no. So he's like, well, you know what?
It's carpenter, not a fucking tree boy.
But still, in winter you should know. I mean, well, like it even is explicitly stated that it is winter. I mean, at least from what I
Yeah.
remember. And he's like, well, you know what?
No, they say it's not the season.
Well, which is winter. For
Yeah.
figs, I believe. So basically, he's like, well, you know what? Fig tree, you will never bear fruit ever again. And then he goes off with his friends, and he's kind of he's angry about this fig tree. And later they come back, like the day later, or when they take the journey back. And I don't remember which of the disciples it is, but they're like, whoa, the fig tree is dead. The fig tree is completely withered away.
Thanks, Jesus.
And then what I don't get even more about it, so that already is like, well, that's a little bit fucking unreasonable, my guy. Respect to you, Jesus, but that doesn't make any sense. And then like, he goes, well, you know, I don't know. Was it Peter that discovered a fig tree and goes and talks to Jesus? Who was it?
Judas.
It wasn't Judas.
It's not Judas. It's
I don't
probably
remember
Peter or
that
John.
one very well.
Yeah, I think
Peter's
it was.
This part of
Most
the Bible, I
likely.
remember that one.
Yeah. So basically, Peter goes like, well, or one of them goes, well, Jesus, the tree that you cursed, well, it's dead. And he's like, he basically goes, well, you see, you have to believe in my power, or something like that. Like you should believe in my power. To
Hold up,
bear
I'm
fruit.
gonna it through.
Please get it out actually, because like I remember reading it and being like,
Oh, Peter remembered and said to Jesus, Rabbi, look, the fig tree you cursed has withered. Have faith in God, Jesus answered. Truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, throw yourself into the sea, and doesn't have doubt that will happen, blah, 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 blah. So,
okay, so
and
basically,
whatever you have in...
Jesus was like, hey,
Yeah?
well, guys, I cursed this fig tree for refusing to have figs in winter. And then he's like, hey guys, I told you, I cursed it. If you believe in something, it happens. Is that what his story... Did he take that poor fig tree and make it an example of believe and it will happen?
If you read like that one
Well-
sentence in the entire book of Mark, then yes, that's what that means. But you have to look at the context.
I'm questioning
I mean,
the
the whole
context
point of
because I
that-
don't get it, George. One day I decided I'm going
okay.
to read a Bible in a hotel. And I read the Bible in the hotel. And then I was like,
What?
I don't get,
You read the fig tree?
I don't get the context. I don't get it. I can't gather context because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Honestly, from the Bible, the thing I remember the most is all the parts about prostitution in Sodom and Gomorrah and shit. For some reason,
The what?
all the parts about prostitution in the Bible.
Oh, prostitution.
sinful
Yeah, there's a
woman.
lot of
Yeah, in Sodom
there's
and
a lot of
Gomorrah.
prostitution and a lot of like, because a prostitution actually is a get this, it is a metaphor for the church.
Oh, because you get in there and you get
No!
money for it.
No, it's actually it's in Hosea, the most explicit. Not explicit like that, but you know what I mean.
I'd like to get into the house of God.
No, it's like the church is the unfaithful lover of God, and God is this faithful lover, and the church keeps running around to other gods, which is like denying God and doing your own thing. And they keep cheating on God and like selling itself, but God keeps going back and redeeming the church. And
Oh,
over
this
and
is
over,
like the
that's
fairy.
entire Old
What are they?
Testament.
What are they called? The fairy? Fairy? What? The dudes who were like,
Oh,
yeah,
the
Jesus,
Pharisees.
yes. So,
Yeah, but it's actually
isn't that like?
Actually,
aren't they the same?
the whole Jewish. It was the whole Jewish nation actually they were talking about in the Old
Damn.
Testament, because like every time something horrible will happen to the Jews in the Old Testament, God will help them out, and then they'll be like, "We promise we're gonna like listen to you and love you and like
We're gonna
not
be good
worship other
little
gods.
Jews."
We're gonna be good little Jews," and God's like, "I forgive you." And then
That's
like
pretty good.
a few years later, they make a golden calf and worship it, and God's like. And then he has to redeem them again when bad stuff happens. And that happens
kind of
over
like in
and over again
Sodom.
through the whole
So what you're
Testament.
saying is, no, never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Let me go back on Sodom and Gomorrah for a minute. Because
Oh,
I don't
Sodom and
remember all of
Gomorrah.
it. I don't remember all of it, but
Who's
isn't it
Sodom?
like, oh, they fuck us, let's burn the town?
What?
No. Sodom and Gomorrah,
I don't know
the
this.
story of the two cities. It's the story in the Old Testament of two cities God burned down.
Wait, just quick thing. You know what sodomization
Yeah,
is?
sodomy. Yeah.
Well, it comes from Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, frick.
Yes.
Just so you know.
And like in popular literature, it's like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's just like synonymous with like wickedness, because the Bible says it was like a really sinful place,
Yeah.
and it goes to a lot of detail actually. Like
Nice.
it was like a disgusting place. It was horrible.
So it was
like,
France.
and it was it was like the French, filthy, and it was really bad. Like Abraham had a cousin, I think his name was Lot, and he went to live in Sodom and Gomorrah, one of the two, and God went to Abraham and it's like, the wickedness, it's too great in this city. I'm gonna do some divine justice.
Yeah, but the thing is,
God being
most people say in the Bible they don't fuck. It's like the argument against gays, and they're like in the Bible they don't talk shit about gays like that. They don't care about gays. You take the Bible for example against gays, but it doesn't work. But there, Sodom and Gomorrah, they're like they do anal in between men. No.
Yeah, no. God sends angels into like I think it's Sodom or Gomorrah, one of the two, to go to Lot to save him out of the city, and the people want to have sex with the angels.
I mean, well,
I
wait,
think
wait,
that's
wait, whoa, whoa, whoa,
outside,
whoa.
like,
And then
I think
Lot's
it's-
like, oh no. And then like, but like they want to rape the angels.
Okay, yeah, but rape is wrong.
Yeah, but
I think that's
wait.
more what they're on about. But angels.
No, that's like
Is
all of
it?
it. They were like,
I thought it was like because of anal sex between men and not men, of
oh,
course,
but
just
it's- well,
everybody
that's not the.
and
What?
bestiality.
But
And they
angels.
did all
I
that.
thought-
They
From what I remember,
like the filth. They did all that stuff. Yes, angels. But the angels look like people.
Yeah, but what was that whole thing about angels being fiery balls with millions of eyes? Or is that just Dante's
No,
Inferno? Is that his interpretation?
types of angels. They're poetic. The angels, like the messengers, like Gabriel and all those people,
Yeah.
they send and talk about in the Bible. They just look like normal people.
The one
but just
looking
more
over me when I
beautiful.
do my stupid shit.
Kind of. Well, yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah. Kind of like elves. In Lord of the Rings, they're just like humans, just perfect. I'm pretty sure that's what Tolkien got inspiration
Ryan
actually.
Reynolds?
But anyway,
Angels are
so that's
elves.
what the. Yes, elves equals angels. What?
my
These are
that's-
just
God.
theory,
and then-
boys. Frodo is Jesus.
And then whenever has like a, a vision of heaven, that's when they see the seraphim. That's like the people with like the wings, 6 wings and magical eyes. That's just like a great poem to like the glory of God. But that's something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not okay. Cool.
But
I really
Dante's
f-
Inferno is
Okay, so it's
great.
so it's because the angels come down and they want to freak the angels. So God is like, no, you get fire.
Oh, they were gonna get fired before that. That's just like more proof that these guys.
They
And the whole
deserve
thing
to
is
be
like
fired.
Abraham.
Validation
Like,
of fire.
Abraham talked to God and he was like, God, please, if you find 100 good people in the city, spare it. And God's like, fine, definitely. If I found 100 good people in the city, I will spare it. And there's like, not 100. And he's like, okay, if you find 50, God's like, yes. If you find 10, and God's like, yes, still none. The only righteous people I find is your cousin, because he just got in there. And so I'm going to get him out, because he's righteous before me.
That's incredible.
It's
Before me, of course.
who,
You have to be righteous in the ways of God.
Look, man,
If
it's
you're
gotta be
righteous
the
in any other way,
protagonist.
no.
Gotta follow the protagonist.
Yeah. I mean, Abraham, he's a pretty big guy. If you
what
think
is
about
plot
it.
armor? Hey, Abraham, kill your son. Sure thing, God. Thanks.
Yeah, that's a great story.
Yeah, that's devotion. That's Christianity right here.
But if you think about it, like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism are all Abrahamic religions. So Abraham was a pretty influential guy. If like half the world follows religions based and started on him.
So what you're saying is we should worship Abraham and not God.
Or the God of Abraham, as he's called in the Bible. Like both
It's true. It's true. They say that.
Christians, Jews, and Muslims worship the God of Abraham.
Oh, well, fuck. Never mind then. That's pretty cool, actually. I didn't know that. That's cool. I didn't know. Still, that
I like
fig
how the
tree.
Bible is full of stories like
That fig tree, though. I'll write a video essay on the fig tree.
Please, actually, it's
No-
funny
no wonder
enough, that
someone wants
stupid
to
thing is blocking, like, a lot part of why my face... It's weird. It doesn't make... I mean, this is probably why people will often make the argument to me, like, well, you're never gonna get there. You're never gonna be, like,
No.
devout or anything. Because, well, you know, my guy, if a fig tree is in your way, you're supposed to just believe. And I'm gonna be like, I mean, yes, but also,
Yeah.
why?
Why the
The thing I wanted to say a long time ago about the Bible story, there's this person that goes to Jesus and like asks for healing for like someone they know.
But who
And it's
doesn't?
like, Lord, please, everyone asks Jesus for healing. And like, Lord, please, this person's dying. Would you heal him?
Level 20
And then Jesus
cleric.
said, do you believe? And then Jesus said, do you believe? And then the person was like, Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. So he's basically saying, I want to believe, but I'm too much unbelief.
So
And
basically
Jesus
what
says,
he's...
yeah, that's...
Wouldn't there be... Wait, does Jesus help him?
Yes. He's like, yes. He
So
looks
basically-
favorably on the person who says, help my unbelief.
So basically the dude who's like, help my unbelief, what he's saying is, hey, I want to believe, but I don't.
Yes.
Prove it to me.
No, he's not saying prove it to me. He's
mean,
saying
kind
if
of.
you are you are... Oh, kind of, yeah.
And
No, but he's
isn't
not
that like
asking
an issue in other parts where they're like, you should just have faith? We don't need to prove it because you should have faith?
Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro.
Isn't that kind
See,
of like
he's not
going
asking
against
God-
each other?
Yeah, but see, he was coming from a place of humility, not a place of pride.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He was not asking Jesus, prove yourself so that I can believe in you. He's like, Lord, I have no other options.
Please, I
help
want
me.
to. Give me,
And
reach me a hand.
It's like, I want faith. Give me faith. And Jesus was like, you got it. And that's the whole thing in the Bible. It's like,
You'll get some faith. You get some faith. Everybody gets some faith.
like the person who wants faith in the Bible is a gift from God, because it says it's impossible to have enough faith, because obviously I want to become a pastor and I still doubt sometimes. So if it's all about faith, we're all screwed.
Yeah.
So that's why it's okay to have doubts, because it's like, it's not about how much your faith is, it's about who your faith is in.
Okay.
It's like, if you have a mustard seed faith, but that faith is planted in Jesus,
Yeah.
you're set.
About that actually,
And
like,
that grows.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. About that actually, you don't have to say if, like, you know, it's very personal, but what would be something that makes you doubt?
Oh, okay.
Or unless it's like very personal, you don't have to say. I'm just like
No,
wondering.
I'll talk.
It's an interesting topic. Oh, nice.
I'll talk. I'm sorry.
Things. It changes the older I get. When I was younger, like the whole thing about like miracles and stuff, but not anymore. Sort of straightened that out. C.S. Lewis helped me with that. The problem of evil and
Shout out to
suffering.
C.S. Lewis,
that's
homie.
always- C.S. Lewis is the best. Read all his books, even those that are not Narnia. Anyway, so it's like, the problem of evil and suffering, and the whole thing about like God's like divine justice and wrath, and the whole thing about like homosexuality and all that. That's like stumbling blocks, because me being a very open person, I want to accept everyone, but and I do, but there's also like more to it than that. And the more I'm reading, the more I'm studying, the more I build my relationship with God, the more those questions disappear, but they're replaced with even tougher questions. So it's like, you advance the level, here's a bigger boss of doubt to slay.
Nice.
So there's always a question, but it's always like you're climbing the mountain of truth. You don't know if you're ever going to get to the top, but the closer you get, the more clear the view becomes.
I mean,
There's
like, I
some
want to.
things in the Bible that don't make sense. Straight up don't make sense.
A lot of it, but a lot of it actually...
Samson, how do you pronounce it? Samson, the guy whose power came from his hair.
Yeah.
Why did it come from his hair?
And that's called the Nazarene vow. It's basically, his power didn't come from his hair. The hair was a symbol of his like contract, his devotion with God. So
Yeah, but when he got his hair cut, he was like fucking weak.
Yeah, because like that was also like the contract got torn and got his power was gone, and they shut
But
down
he
his eyes.
didn't
and
do it
everything.
himself. That's not a decision of him.
Well, he
Well,
got
literally-
seduced. He got seduced by a
Yeah.
girl
Yeah,
and
it-
fell for her,
yeah,
who
he
God
did not.
explicitly told him she's bad news.
Hey, I'm gonna cut your hair.
Well,
Sure,
George,
fuck
if
me.
that's the case, you should have cut my hair many times.
Hey there, Delilah, you're such a.
Yeah, she's not wonderful.
And also, the Tower of Babel,
Babylon.
Oh yeah.
Tower of Babel.
No, not Babel.
Babylon.
Tower of Babel, yeah.
No, Babel, not Babylon. It's definitely not the same. So, they wanted to reach God to get to him, and God was like, "No, fuck off! You don't speak." I don't remember what they call the old language. I
Isn't
don't
it
know if
because you
it's
have to
none of
earn
it.
your way to him and not literally go, well, let me get a shortcut?
No, it was just like
No,
like
I
their
think it was like, you
absolute
can't reach
arrogance.
it. Yeah,
you
you
can't
cannot.
reach him. God is not
you-
actually
you-
in the sky.
What the fuck is up with you? And it's like you're gonna speak different languages, and I don't think that's how. I don't think that's a good way to tell
How
people
languages originate.
why people. It's like telling. I don't mean anyone, but telling dumb believers that's why people speak different languages because God said so. That's not
Well,
how it works.
It doesn't say that's how all languages were originated. Of course, that's ridiculous and nonsense. The
All of
story is
humanity
about-
gathered together to build a tower, and then it split them up.
Yeah, it's like they're split up.
Good
So,
teamwork. Fuck off.
I'm not sure if this is pre or post flood, because pre-flood stuff is really,
I think it's
really
pre-flood.
yeah, it's real. All that's really it feels really mythical.
Then
and stuff.
after that, he tried to kill them, not just split them. That didn't work. Still die.
Water
Yeah,
time.
then
40 days of rain.
Can you swim? Yeah, show me.
yeah.
Okay, so to get back to, we were talking about George's your doubts. You know what makes you doubt, even though you're a devout Christian. That's a thing. With me and that goddamn fig tree, I feel like that's
Why
a
fig?
fig tree is a big.
Well, it was damned by God, actually.
See, I feel like that fig tree to me is a big. It's a big. Well, it's part of my doubts because it doesn't make any sense to me in my little brain hole. Nothing about that. Of course, like you said, I probably don't know about the circumstances and what it means and all of that. But it's just such a big. Like the doubts you have, like like the struggling, like the stumbling blocks. That's what it is for me. Like I'm still like, while you're already up here, I'm still down here trying to get there slowly but surely to the mountain that is faith. And yeah, boy, I'm like, well, this little fig tree for me is really, like you said, it's like once I get that, there's gonna be so much more doubts, which is kind of what I'm concerned about in that regard, if you get what I mean. Which is also kind of what makes it stumble that way. So it's really just that fig tree. I feel like in my head, symbolizes all the other doubts that I will have and always have had.
You know, and that actually makes me think a lot about a misconception a lot of people have, especially Christians. A lot of people think like, okay, you're like this giant of the faith. You're like over here, like you said, like you're level 10 Christian.
Well, no, I'm saying like the climbing the mountain to perfectly.
Yeah, the mountain of truth.
getting
I'm
it.
talking about other people. Other people, yeah, like people climbing the mountain of truth, and like you're higher up than me. That means you're a better person than me, or that means you're closer to God than me, and all that stuff.
I see eye to eye with you personally, but yeah, I'm saying like,
Yeah.
for me, I see eye to eye with you.
Like,
if not anything, I just think I'm better than you.
Same.
exactly, but the whole point of like the Bible is it's not about the whole point of the Bible is like you can't save yourself, and that's why Jesus had to be incarnated in earth. That's why he had to die and rose again. The whole point of the Bible is that you're not the protagonist, and that's a weird thing because most people view themselves as the center of their own story.
And everyone else is supporting characters.
Yeah, in the Bible, you're just a supporting character in God's story, in Jesus' story. So,
well, it's the same. The Holy Trinity makes it that they're the same.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, exactly. They're the same, yeah.
I got a question. As a stupid virgin Christian boy, a virgin to Christianity. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Rip George. F
Oh
in
my
the chat.
God.
Dun, 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 dun. So basically, what does the Holy Spirit do besides make Mary pregnant? What is his?
Oh my God, it's exciting.
Anyway, the Holy
like,
Spirit
yes.
is... He's called the Paraclete, which is the Greek word, which basically is a word for helper, sort of. So Jesus calls him the helper. And basically, if you think about it, the Holy Spirit's main main thing, of course, he's God. He's not. It's not an it. The Holy Spirit's not it. It's a he. He's also God. He's a person.
It's kind of sexy.
Timothy Keller, my favorite preacher, calls the Holy Spirit a floodlight. So a floodlight, the purpose of any light actually, it's not to draw attention to the light, but it is to light a subject, a certain thing, to make that more visible. So the Holy Spirit is like a floodlight for Jesus. So the Holy Spirit glorifies Jesus. And according to like the Bible, he is the one that it's like God on earth right now. When he moves and when you feel an experience and when you read a text in the Bible and it just like blows your mind or something or anything like that, or when you feel like you have a religious experience, that's the Holy Spirit working with you.
Yeah.
So, and his main job is to make Jesus more visible. So he reveals Jesus to you. So that's the Holy Spirit. He's the less known of the
my guys, haven't we been recording for like an hour already?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut some of this.
I mean, no, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we have, but like, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a bit longer than an hour. I mean, we're talking about stuff. I mean,
Yeah, but don't make it too long. We have names. You.
That is true. I mean, with that, I feel like we have talked about most of the important stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe
How
we
about
can part 3. we can have George as a guest another time. I mean,
Yeah.
we can address some more things to let it flow in. I hope people will have some questions to ask and that we can answer. That will make it more interesting.
If there are any questions, that would be lovely.
Also, head over to George's channel. It will appear right now,
Yeah,
right here.
please.
Channel box.
Oh, I just wanna
Yeah, edit it in.
just wanna tell everyone that like right before we started recording, George literally said, "I don't self-promote."
That is true.
I said I don't like to self-promote. I still do it. And as the editor, here's my channel.
Oh my God, it shows.
Oh, right there. Whoa, he doesn't like to self-promote at all. What are those flashing colors?
Wait,
Why is it so fancy?
As an
have
editor,
no
can you do
idea.
some tracking? Like if I move my hand, can you have a thing hanging to it, like following the hand?
Sure.
Wait.
Cool. If you don't do that
Wait,
on that part,
wait.
I'm gonna be pissed.
I've got a great idea. Look at me. I'm holding the link. George, here, grab the link, George. Grab the link, George. Give it to Gexku. Lift it above your head.
Wait,
give
but
it to Gexku.
Fuck. Wait, did I go the wrong way?
I'm
Enjoy,
sorry.
George. Enjoy.
It's gonna
gotta-
take hours.
But
It's fine.
before we commence, Well, before we stop, actually, before we go our own way, in the light of the Lord, I have an announcement to make. I have to,
yes, go
I have to do a
ahead.
shout out. Gexku, what did you buy recently? What did you get recently?
Shoes yesterday because I walk a lot and shoes are pretty useful when you walk because otherwise you hurt your feet.
You know which shoes are extremely helpful for when you walk?
I don't. Tell me.
Veldskoen, a South African brand self-made shoe.
Oh really? Did it make it? Oh my god.
Feliz!
Make it South Africa.
You just became
That-
Afrikaans, even though you're Belgish.
See this
I'm not
amazing
gonna lie, it looks sleek.
and they're
They're really comfortable.
yeah, they are. They're amazing. And you see, this one's orange because orange is my favorite color. You see, they have an orange sole and they have the orange laces. Coolest thing is, every all Phillies they have different colors. They have blue. It appears on the screen right now. They have green Phillies. They have blue. They have red. They have all this different kind of. They have all the different kind of Veldskoens. And which
And
is
they
really
last
cool.
forever.
They last so long. This is the new pair that I got yesterday, which I'm gonna talk about a little
Your
bit.
grandchildren will wear that.
That is true, because for example, my mother bought her shoes when we came to South Africa, which 4 years ago, and they still look almost the exact same as when she bought them.
Does she wear them?
She does. She wears them all the time when she goes out for walks. She wears them just her every day-to-day life. I've worn them before because my mom and I we have the same size of shoes.
That's impressive right here.
So yeah, they last forever. So make
At
sure.
least 4 years. That's
Well, they haven't shown any sign of deterioration, so I think it'll last for longer. Felt
the soul of South Africa.
they're great,
Says
but
so right there.
why I wanted to give them this little shout out, not that they need it from our small ass channel, but why I wanted to give them the shout out is because it's lockdown right now. We all know the world is in a kind of crappy place. Especially with the whole thing going on where people are getting sick. I'm not gonna say it because then YouTube is just gonna absolutely make sure this video reaches no one. So YouTube actually does that nowadays. They just go, no, you said bad word? No, sponsors don't want to be associated with bad words. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say that word. About the nipsy.
So cool. So basically now, if you want to deliver and be able to be open during the time of lockdown in South Africa, at least, you need to have a special permission. You need to have a special document that says yes, we were approved to be able to do this, or health code is up to standards and all of that. And recently we came into, my mother wanted to buy me a pair before lockdown, but we never got around to it. It was well, you know what, in this time she wanted to give me a gift because my mother is amazing, and she reached out to Veldskoen and she was like, do you guys have a permission to deliver everything? And they said not yet, but we are working on it. And I'm not saying, of course, they just did it for us, but they were working on it, and they basically, throughout the entire process of them getting it, stayed in contact, with my mother. They actually had good communication between my mother and them. Okay, we get it now. Yes, you can now order, and everything. And what was so wonderful, my mom ordered them I'm not sure, but I think a day or 2 days, so not a long distance at all. For my microphone to arrive, that took a week. But when my mom ordered the Veldskoens, 2 days later, I was just chilling here. I get a call from the gate, and they're like, yes, there's a delivery here. And they came there in a nice little van with Veldskoen on the side and everything. And they had their nice mask. They desanitized, they gave the box, sanitized again, all that really well done. They literally had the best service of a package delivery I've ever seen. It's amazing, and I've been wearing them quite a bit nowadays. Not that I go out much with lockdown, but in the mornings when I go for my walk with my dog, I wear them. They're wonderful. So I just want to say, Veldskoen is amazing. They deserve your support. If you need a pair, Fellies.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not spawn. Hashtag could be spawn.
Like we don't get money from this anyways. Fuck my life.
We are poor. So yes,
If we could
if
pay
you
our
need a pair of
editors,
shoes-
we would.
Yeah, but we can't. So yes, if you need a new pair of shoes, have you been thinking about treating yourself this lockdown?
Treat
Fellas.
yourself. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself, girl. Treat yourself.
On to the memes now. No transition. Love.
Do we have time for memes?
r/Christian memes. Because this is in the topic, so our viewers know. Because Christians can put text and pictures too. See, they're not that dumb. I'm waiting for Yarno to do the laugh. Because he's actually.
I actually did laugh. I just was
No.
far away from my the most.
No, I meant you're supposed to be. Must
I get that.
Most useless things.
This guy got his Jesus grave because it's funny. He raised back from the inside, anyways. Why would he guard a tomb? Why would he guard a tomb in the first place?
Because they
Where
thought
did-
that the disciples would because
Because
Jesus
of
said he was going to
burial.
raise. No. Jesus said he was going to raise from the dead. So his enemies heard that, and he was like, "We're not going to have that happen," and they just put guards there. It happened.
Yeah, he still responds.
GG.
That guy looks cute. Looks bad, but Carlton smokes. That's Kermit meme right here. Is it called he Kermit? Yarno is
Just
just
Kermit.
pretty old.
Yeah.
Yannick.
You'll have to edit something for me there. A still image of me somewhere.
How do you fuck up? Yarno, what I accidentally brought to lab instead of my textbook? Hey, people, we have an exam today. Jesus, take the wheel. How do you fuck up that bubble? How do you fuck up? Wait, is it a lab
A text.
textbook?
Okay, this is a Bible.
think-
This is a
it-
different Bible. You see,
Is it
Nothing.
as thick as a Bible?
nothing
I can
looks
read.
like a Bible.
No. How do you accidentally grab a Bible? It's not even the same thickness. From memory, a Bible is pretty thick.
Sorry. This is my maths textbook. This is a Bible.
Yeah, it seems
This
about
meme gets a
Bible is low-key thick.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Hashtag unfaithful.
Yeah. That happened.
Hashtag.
Oh, it's
boy.
Star Wars.
This is mercy.
Forgiveness.
And it's
white
a
and white,
prequel
it's-
meme.
It does say it's actually not prequel. It's fucking.
It is
I know,
prequel.
but
Clone Wars
it's-
count as prequels.
No, it's serious.
No, it's no. The everything that happens before the are prequels, like the Clone Wars and stuff, count as prequels.
If his name starts with G, he's probably Satan. Jesus Christ replies, "Let's die first."
My name also starts with a J.
Yeah,
Can
Nick, you're
confirm.
probably Satan.
Can confirm.
Why
Can
J? That makes no sense.
She got done by a Jonas or by a fucking.
That one is so good. Oh,
don't
Peter's
even
one of my favorite characters because he's so relatably horrible. Oh my word.
That was a rooster crowing.
Yeah, because then it was at that moment he knew that he screwed up.
It fucking did.
Oh, can I read this one?
Me reading the Bible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. I didn't do it.
Me reading the Bible. It's trying to find where it says if I don't share and post certain things in 5 seconds, I'm going to hell.
Yeah, George. Where does it say this?
I-
Where does it say?
Oh, that's in 2 Stupid Opinion verse 5.
That's pretty cool. Hey guys, you better like and subscribe to this video. Even hit the bell, or you're going to hell.
It's hell.
This apostles go like, Judas, do something.
Me with extensive biblical knowledge.
When Jesus versus 5,000 T-Rex. Oh my god. Yeah, that's.
Did he win?
I'm sure he did.
Let's find out.
I would have.
Meme.
You just be running.
Look at him go. He's going to get
He's
him,
been
boys.
running.
He's
T-Rex
getting
in
them.
front of him. They look not the right scale, but I've never seen a T-Rex, so I couldn't tell. Oh, he's being beaten. He's being shot on. Oh
Look
my
at all.
god, there's
That's
a lot of T-Rexes.
T-Rex. That's a lot of
I
T-Rex.
think there's a
eye.
dead body. I spotted dead T-Rex. He's killed at least one. At least once. Oh my god, this is going wide. Jesus. Oh my god, this is There's more Jesus.
What?
What happened? There's more Jesuses. You can see here. There's a lot of dead T-Rexes. So even if he died here, it's still did pretty good damage for one man.
Okay, enough of this. I don't want to get copyright
Anyway,
strike.
guys, let's make.
Goodbye. That was beautiful.
Back to memes.
Back
Meme,
to the names.
review.
Back to the names, my guy. No, this is copyrighted. Me loses all money in Monopoly. It's okay. What would Jesus do? Jesus flips the tables.
Damn Pharisees.
Jesus got pretty mad.
Yeah, flips the table.
This-
Why
you
does
know
he
what?
look so
This-
graceful? I mean, he had a whip in the Bible. He was like really. He was like flipping things. He's
You know that guy
why
in
is he
red?
that
It's pretty
graceful?
sure it's Judas being like, "Fuck off! That was my table."
I was winning. Oh, poor
Jesus, remember when you taught me carpentry and I made that table and then you fucking flipped it over? Is it a Monopoly?
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah,
it's
it's a Monopoly.
written- Why do you have
Well,
cards and
it's
dice? then?
The edited Monopoly and
Epic.
Oh.
Netflix. Okay, because you like sex before marriage, you buy also like hell. Is it relatable?
that is. I mean, it's theologically incorrect.
Getting toasty in here.
Also, I just want to add that I asked George before, and like it was never stated that Satan rules over hell. So
No,
you
it
might
actually
just
explains
be with him.
the opposite.
It doesn't want
Satan
here.
is not
He
in
didn't
hell.
send-
That's bad theology.
Satan's
It was
a
like-
Chad.
Hell is
Fuck
where
off,
he does not want to be.
What was his name? I forgot. Damn. Before he became Satan.
Lucifer?
Lucifer.
Yeah, the Netflix.
Morning
Yeah,
Star.
thanks. Yeah.
He lost that
Next
next time.
series.
It's such a good name
Yeah,
though.
well, like-
Jesus.
You have no right to be here. You get fucking sent to hell. Not like, hey, you've been kind of fucked up. Go rule over hell. Become the ruler of the exact opposite of heaven. Things. Also, by the way, was it? I don't remember that part exactly either. Was he sent to hell? Because
Not yet.
no, but
That's the
like
whole point of the
he-
Bible.
Like he loved God above everything, and he didn't love humans. And God was like, "You should love humans." I made that.
No, actually, he wanted to be like God. He wanted to be God. That was the whole point of this story. And that story is actually like an allegory for humanity and what sin is. Sin is actually just trying to be your own God. So,
I was like, no, you go to hell. No one can be me. Next meme. When the preacher references a verse you've memorized. Oh, it's just like me when I see memes I know.
Was this you during assembly?
Yeah, I know that Bible.
I know, I know most of the commonly used scriptures. So it's
No,
it's when I use one that I don't know, I'm like, yes.
I've done some Bible. I know that.
No, but before we carry on,
Actually,
George, you know how like we were talking earlier, like yesterday, about how sometimes my memory can remember the most random shit
Yeah.
from like years ago. In matric year, in my final year of high school, we were sitting in assembly, and the principal he quoted like another part of the Bible, and he gave like an entire like lecture, scripture about it, whatever. And suddenly, as I was sitting there listening, I was like, wait a second, and I remembered that was the exact same speech he gave in grade 8. In my first year of high school, and no one else around me like remembered, and I was like, "Wait, guys, is no one?" Guys?
You remember the principal's speeches? You deserve a cookie from Hermanus High for that.
Oh, I want to.
actually. And happened.
Next
happened to me once. I saw a girl I knew from school, and I was with a friend and was like, "Oh, I know her. I saw her at school. She was wearing the exact same outfit yesterday in her pool."
Well,
John has a good memory. You're creepy.
Fuck out. No, that's not true. By the way, that's not an actual thing. I'm not like. Idiot. That's part of my crush doesn't love me back. God. Yes, that's how it's. Is that Loki?
it is Loki. It's from Thor Ragnarok. When fucking Thor gets smashed by the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
technically,
right.
that's. Oh my word. Jesus. That's
That's very different. Salvation and forgiveness.
my word.
That's so nice of him.
Good lad.
Jesus is a nice guy.
It was more
Sure,
difficult
sure.
than that, but yeah.
Technically, as a carpenter, he held doors and stuff.
He's the nice guy. He also. I bet he lifted rocks too. No, that was Moses with his.
You saw him throw the rocks. You saw him throw the rocks at the T-Rex. Jesus was pretty badass. When you try to fill that your life without Jesus, oh no.
I feel like that's a very aggressive meme. It's like this
Yeah.
is what happens when you try to.
That's why you have
fill
depression. That's
So
why you
you're
have depression.
sad.
You
Love Jesus.
Oh,
That's
no.
actually more for
Oh.
Christians, but yeah, it's like yeah.
Yeah, I like how George is basically like, not me. I'm not like that.
No, I relate to this a
Christian.
lot actually. No, this is like for me. I relate to this. It's like
You put bricks in
Me-
yourself instead of Jesus? Good.
like fill up a hole in my life. Like something's wrong, and usually when I'm like running away and trying to do my own thing, it messes up. But as soon as I go back and like, you know, back to God and back to
Yeah.
Jesus and everything, and I just sort of realign myself with that, things fix. So I just trust that He knows best.
So basically, what you're saying is, George, this is what you feel like every time I come to you to complain about my feelings, and you're just like, just fucking get over your fig tree.
Oh,
If I
my
would
God.
say get over your fig tree, that would not be a very Christ-like thing to do. So yes.
Just pray. Just pray away. Pray the gay away, as they say.
Pray the gay
You're
away.
gonna-
Yeah, so that
You're
works.
gonna vanish. Stop praying this book.
yeah, didn't get status.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
guys, let's all pray the gay way.
That was pretty epic.
Yes, you have
Stream
made
paused.
Well, but
First doing Sundays.
Is that
Is
actually
That is
Results?
true. Yes.
You feel like fucking Thor, but Christian?
When you are in Sunday school, you're like 8 years old, and when you quote something, you're like, "Yes, I am super Christian."
I have
I
the
am more
power of the
Christian
bread
than
and the
you.
wine.
When
Oh my word.
music too loud, it doesn't church live stream.
Are there any Karens in your church, George?
Are there?
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Karen originated in the Christian meme sphere.
What?
Because if you want to find a Karen, go to church. She's there.
I mean-
Every church has
No,
a
to
Karen.
be fair, every Karen, yeah, every Karen is Christian.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
say it because it's
Why
They're
not?
not very good
but-
Christians, but yeah.
No,
by,
no,
by
they're
the
not-
way, there's at my church there's a lady who complains about everything. Her
She
name,
paused.
Karen.
Oh, so she's
Oh,
an
that's
she's
close
an
enough.
African Karen.
Black cat.
Så is het Afrikaanse Karen.
Wait, I gotta scroll. Okay, so Exodus, Gods and Kings. I just wanted to be like you.
Hey, we were talking about this.
Prince of Egypt. I wanted you to be better.
I fucking love Prince of
Oh,
Egypt.
Prince of Egypt, that's the best.
Talked about it. It's such a great movie.
Yeah, it's like the music is so good.
Do you know that the same studio made one about Dream Boy? Joseph the Dream Boy.
Yeah, also pretty
Oh,
good.
that's a cool. I'd wear that.
I will, even though I don't
Got
know.
it.
Gabriel, it's a carrier. You're gonna have a baby. Are you sure about that? Did I stutter?
Did I stutter?
I don't get it.
Oh,
Why
okay,
bad
sorry.
Christian?
In New Testament, in it is Zachariah got a child around the same time Jesus was born, and Gabriel was like, "You're gonna have a baby," and he's like, "No," and then Gabriel was like, "Yes, you are. Now be mute until the baby is born because you're questioning me."
Gabriel sounds like such a lovely man sometimes.
Well,
he's just a
God-
messenger of God. So was-
Do you know Jesus killed a fig tree over just not having figs? So
It's true,
Maybe
it's
they're all
true.
just
I mean, that's pretty badass.
What, killing a fig
Can
tree?
you do that? Yes, the
I
power to just like say.
If I have an
"Stop," and
axe,
it's
I
stop.
can.
Give me a lighter and some
know what?
fucking deodorant and I can.
You know what? When I was a kid, I used to live near a ravine, and every day, every morning, without fail, I would wake up and go take a piss in the ravine. Because there was no barrier, so I just had to stand there and piss, and it just felt good to wake up and have the fucking view. I was like, I don't know, younger than 10. And I would piss in the ravine every day without fail. And at some point I just realized, down where my piss landed, there was a whole spot where nothing grew anymore. No plants are growing. So technically, I would kill a fig tree.
Give me a lot of water and a lot of time.
Oh, that's amazing.
After a few months, there was no plants, nothing. The whole ravine was green except for that one part where I peed. Oh yeah, I was a pretty damn epic kid, I might say.
Bit of a mad lad.
Okay, how about one more meme and then we call it a day. My heart. Jesus is alright. Baboom. I really like Jesus. I do top it. I love Jesus.
Marry me now.
Let's hold hands.
Oh
No,
my
wait,
God.
no, wait, not till after marriage.
No, we're not married. We can't hold hands.
Don't even fucking look me in the eyes.
Oh. Oh my God. Okay, well, I think this podcast is gonna be long enough.
That's alright. It's good.
Yeah.
We had some good conversation. There was no like weird pause.
That's alright. Yeah, but of course, there's a lot more Christians about Christianity that we might not think of right now. There's a lot of
Obviously.
things to talk of. Might not do it next time, but we're taking success. We're taking commissions, bruh. Commissions.
We might do something on my channel, so we might do a collab.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, we'll put the link.
Yeah.
Well, we put a link here. I remember we did the link thing. I'm not
Yeah,
really
put
good
it
at that.
once again on Jarno's place.
Oh yeah, wait.
there.
I'll take it from you. Thank you. I got it. See this link?
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you go there. Hey George, do you want it? Do you want it like one?
Look
last
at
time,
look at his
George?
face. Okay, zoom on your face right now.
Here you go. Here you go. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, now you gotta animate it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that.
It's gone. I threw it off the face of the planet.
Zoom on your face.
I
while
gotta
we
learn
do
how
it.
to do tracking now. I don't know how to do that yet.
You got a week. You
Yeah.
got a week.
Got a week.
Okay, George. When we do that, you zoom on your own face because you look like you're dying inside, and I really like it.
I'll make sure to do that.
Let's do an outro, guys.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, guys.
Yeah,
leave your names in this. No, wait.
Hey guys, thank you all so much for watching this. If you're still here after this big talk or the big discussion and all that, thank you very much. We appreciate it a lot. Like, it generally means a lot to us. Even if you don't agree with anything we said, even if you agree with everything you said, even if you start a religion based on our opinions, thank you for watching.
Even if you skip to the end, you're still here, and I like it.
And we appreciate that. It's not about the end goal. It's about the friends we made along the way.
Okay, can you shut fuck up? Damn.
Oh well, George gone.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
thank you all so much for
Fuck you.
watching. Oh. Well, thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate it a lot. It's just you and me now. It's just you and me now, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
So don't
Okay,
forget
guys.
to check out Veldskoen, fellas. If you need a new pair of shoes, definitely do it.
Sure.
Hope you had fun, and see you all in the next episode.
Winter gang remaining. You don't have your jacket on anymore.
I have my
You're
hat
not
on.
winter gang.
George was in Winter Gang since the
Remember?
beginning.
Yeah, he had a hat and gloves. I've
You're
been
the
so
truest
hot in
Winter
here
Gang.
for the whole
You're
video.
the truest Winter Gang.
Yeah, I won. Why did I win? Nothing, but I won.
Nice one. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and
See you next
Well-
time.
we'll see you in the next episode.